Well, hello everyone. My name is Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today, a Chironomid pattern. It's a great little pattern I've been using for several years now, especially right at ice off. I've been using this one. Weird name, but I call it the Fanta-Mid. It's got that orange hotspot Fanta, the pop, right? So, yeah, it's a great little pattern. Works well under an indicator, works well as in a team as well. So let's get her going. So today in the vise I have, just gonna put that in there temporarily. I have a Hends BL 550 in a size 12. It's a clink hammer hook. I really like these clink hammers for these Chironomids. I really like them. Like the ones from Hens. I like the shape that it ends up giving. So then I'm going to use a 1/8 flat black bead. I'll take that off. I really prefer the flat black over the shine, but that's your call. Put that on. And then nice and tight. Move that back out of the way. And then I get a little bit of white poly yarn. And I'm going to use white thread for this. It's a white Semperfli NanoSilk in the 12/0. Keep a nice thin body, nice thin profile. Okay, nip that off. Out of the way. Then lay my poly on there. Don't care if it's sticking out a bit past. I do want to leave just a little bit at the eye there. Just a little bit, as a help. So then I'm going to come back and then I cut this off on an angle. Or if there's the odd straggler, it'll be taken care of in a bit. And just get that tied down. Whip finish here. 3/4 turn, not a big deal. You can put some cement there if you want, but I don't usually bother. So now I push this all forward, and then I'll cut it about 1/4 of an inch long. About like that. Okay. Just get that focused on for you guys. There. So then I'll restart my white right behind the bead. Cut off my excess. Make sure I've got my thread nice and flat. Come down all the way. Just all the way around that bend. And just make sure you're keeping your thread fairly flat. All the way around. Okay, and then I'm just going to open up. Come forward. Then I'm going to take a piece of the, I think it's 6996. Yeah, 6996 Flashabou. In red, and I'm going to tie that in on my side. Just keep it in along my side. It really doesn't matter. It's just a good habit to get into. Come back forward. And now I'm going to take a piece of lateral scale. There you go. Lateral scale. Take a piece of that. Do I have a big enough piece? Yeah, I do, right here from leftover. So there's a piece of lateral scale. And tie that in. Just making sure, again, on my side, it'll pull it up and over top as I go back. It's fairly normal. Again, just flatten your thread out. Try to keep these streamlined, right? I'm going to come back as far as I want to have the lateral scale. So about there should be good. And then again, flatten my thread. And just try to be careful that you don't nick the tip of your hook. Come all the way back up. And then I go back about halfway. Back forward. Flatten my thread. Back about 1/4 of the way. Back forward. Flatten my thread. Now we'll do one more about 3/4 of the way back, about to there. Make sure my thread's flat and come back forward, and then I can start wrapping. Okay, so now take the lateral scale, and I will go overlapping wraps, and you want to be fairly tight with this stuff because it's kind of wide, so it'll give a bit of a bulge if you don't go tight. So nice and tight with this lateral scale. See that nice chromie kind of look that it's given, and especially with that white thread underneath. Doesn't show any color through, like any black or red or whatever color you would use. If you want it to have a bit of a red hue, use a red thread. Okay, cut off my lateral scale, make sure that's tied in. Then I'm going to go opposite with my red, and I'm going to create a little bit of a red butt. So I'll go 2 or 3 times around the back end here, create a bit of a red butt. Let it go. Doesn't have to be a huge red butt, but you definitely want to have a predominant red butt on these. I really find that they work much better. So now I'll open up. Gotta be careful with that hook tip too. Keep that thread out of your way. Hold on. Thread's getting in my way. There we go. Start with there. And you're wanting 5 to 7 wraps of the red, fairly equally spaced if you can. Come right up to the front. It's going to get covered anyway, so it doesn't have to be pretty. Tie that off. Okay, now I'll give it a bit of a whip finish right behind the head here. That's it. Then I am going to grab my classic waxed orange. This is hence the Fanta-Mid, or the So just make sure that you're making a halfway decent looking little hotspot. Not huge. That's about as big as I want to go, like back. And just finish that up. Don't pull too tight because this is just the classic waxed. It's not the NanoSilk, so don't be too strong on it. Then I'm going to take some of my Gulf Thin Min and coat the entire body. This will really bring that shine out. That's enough for the whole thing. Both sides, all the way around. Don't need a lot. So just make sure you definitely make sure you get that hot spot covered. That's a big one. The hot spot and the butt. Those are the two big ones that actually end up getting destroyed. And just like that, I actually pulled out my first whip finish in that orange. Just like that. So I'm going to just hit that with a UV light to lock that. Can save it. See, and this is why, as many of you guys have made comments, and I appreciate it, that that I keep my mistakes in, because I want people to see the mistakes and how to fix those mistakes. So I'm just going to heat up just that, cure that front end. So that's now locking that in. So now I can actually cut that, and I don't have to worry about it coming unraveled again. So obviously I didn't do a very good whip finish there. So then I'm going to just clean this up, make sure I get this nicely covered. Evenly, and then I'll nail the rest of it. Not every fly has to be perfect, right? So, and like I said, I like keeping the mistakes in, because I mean, everybody makes them. I mean, I've been tying for over 30 years, but I still make mistakes. It's just instead of ending up throwing away the the fly, you'll learn how to fix the mistake. So I'm just going to put another bit of a dab right at the head. Just try to cover up that little piece of orange, that little orange tag. So, and I want to get that bit of that Chironomid taper anyway, right? So you can do that with the resin. So there we go. So that'll make it look way better. There we go. Just hit that with your UV light and you are finished. Finished product. Really like these at Ice Off. They work so well. And I don't usually fish these too deep. I like having these closer to the surface, like say 12 feet of water. I'll fish the top 6 feet with this, 7 feet. So there we go. That's the finished fly. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes, and it's just learning how to fix them. So there you go. I fixed that one, and it's all good. I've got another one here that I haven't coated yet, that I did just before. Right, so I'll coat that one. I'll coat that one after I'm done here, but this one's a bit thinner than this one. Doesn't quite have that same Chironomid taper. This is more of almost like a buzzer. So, but alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, thumbs up, please. If you subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so, and we'll talk to you in the next tying video. Tie lines, everyone.